What's going on, YouTube gamers? Bonfire here, and welcome back to my 2013 End of the Year series. Today we're going to give you my nominees for the best handheld game I should have played. And I wanted to do a separate category for handheld games because, I mean, let's face it, the Nintendo 3DS is at an all-time high. It's thriving, it's selling really well, and there's been some really great games to come out for the 3DS. And the PlayStation Vita is really starting to pick up. It's a really great handheld. If you've ever gotten to play with one, it's really cool, and it's top-notch technology on that thing. And they're really starting to get some good games out as well. And there's been some big titles. So I wanted to do a separate category. I really haven't played many handheld games this year, so it was kind of fun to go through the list. And I gotta be honest, for the most part, it was really easy to come up with this list because the games that are good out for the handhelds seem to be the top sellers. They reviewed well, and it was kind of easy to pick them out. So let's get right to it. My list and nominees for the best handheld game I should have played this year. The first one on the list is one that came out the most recent for the PlayStation Vita, and that is Tearaway. And this is kind of an interesting title. It's set in like a paper world. Everything's made of paper, and you play an interesting character. I don't really know what the premise is about the game and what the goal is, but it looks to be like a platformer. And I actually played a demo of this real briefly at Best Buy the other day, a couple days ago, just because I was curious about this game and I knew I wanted to put it in the series. And it's actually really cool. I mean, it really uses all of the features of the Vita. I mean, you use the touchscreen both front and back on the PlayStation Vita. You use the front-facing camera on the Vita. You use all the controls. And you basically, what I was doing is I was kind of just navigating through a 3D platform world, and I would come across some friendly people, different critters and things like that, and I just have to kind of do little tasks for them and just kind of go along my way as I progress through the level. And one of the cool things, I met this little squirrel character, and he asked me to make him a new crown because he had lost his. And what it did is it popped up like a piece of paper, and it was like, draw him a crown. So I had to take my finger and draw him a crown, and then cut it out and put it on this guy, all using the touch controls and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. So it seems like this game has some really unique controls, and it utilizes the Vita to its full capacity. And I thought that was really cool, and it reviewed really well. A lot of people say this game is fantastic. So that's why I made the list. And when I do pick up a Vita sometime, who knows when, I think that'll be a title that'll be on my radar for sure. The next game is a Nintendo 3DS game, and that is The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. And this game reviewed very well and has even nabbed up a few Game of the Year awards from various outlets. And that's huge. That's really huge that a handheld game nabs up Game of the Year awards over, other huge titles for consoles. And when I first heard about this game, I was like, I want that game, because it's supposedly the sequel to the Super Nintendo Zelda, A Link to the Past. And that is one of my favorite Zeldas, hands down. And it's basically the same world, a little bit different, more of a top-down approach, and it seems to play and kind of bring back some of that nostalgia from the Super Nintendo version. And that's awesome. That sold on it instantly, and I really want to pick up this title soon. And they did things a little bit differently as far as some of the gameplay mechanics. It's not very linear. It's kind of more open world, which I thought is really interesting. I'm kind of curious to see how that plays, because you basically play through the dungeons at your own pace and in whatever order you want. So I thought it was unique, and a lot of people are saying this is the best Zelda game since The Wind Waker, kind of refreshing the Zelda series. And that's pretty big. I think that's a quite the bold statement, and it's a game that I can't wait to get my hands on. It looks fantastic. Everyone says it's an amazing game, and I love Zelda. It's a great franchise, so I'm excited to see that they brought a little nostalgia with some new concepts and really refresh that franchise. So I think that's a good thing. The next game on the list is another PlayStation Vita title. It's now out for the PC as well as the PlayStation Network, and that is Guacamelee. And this is kind of an interesting title. You play as this Nacho Libre wrestling type dude with the Libre mask, and it's basically like a side scroller action game, and you're trying to like save your village, and you just go beat up a bunch of people. And again, it was a game that reviewed very well across the board on like all platforms. Everyone says that the game is a ton of fun, and it's one of their top handheld games that they played. It's a great title for the Vita. I don't think it really pushed the sales, but it's a must-have game if you're gonna have the Vita. So it looks interesting to me. Just hearing the fact that everyone's having fun with this game, and given what it is, that 2D, or well, I guess 3D side scroller, kind of a platformer action game, it intrigues me a little bit. I think it's interesting, and I kind of want to know what all the fuss is about. This game came out very early in the year, and it was a PlayStation exclusive. Now it's available on a few other platforms, and I think it's on sale right now on the PlayStation Network. So I might nab it up. I got some PlayStation points for Christmas that I can use. So we'll see. I haven't decided what I'm going to use those on, but it looks like a cool title, and it looks like a game that definitely could be a lot of fun, and that's why I made the list. A lot of people talk about this game, say it's great, so it caught my attention. Continuing on is Fire Emblem Awakening, and this is a 3DS exclusive, and this is an RPG. This isn't really my style of game, so I was slightly hesitant to put this in the list because it's not a game that I would typically play, and I've actually played the demo of it, and it's kind of a strategy RPG, because when you get into the battles, you can move your various characters around and strategically place them. I mean, it's kind of like chess, an RPG chess version, and it's not really my type of game, but everyone who's played that game just says it's amazing. Like, they can't stop saying how good this game is, and the graphics even look cool. Like, the cutscenes are like that animated, and it looks cool. I like those types of games, and the Fire Emblem series is definitely a beloved series by many, but I don't know if it's for me. I might have to try it sometime and just try to dive right into it and give it a go. But I mean, a game that reviews well, 9s and up across the board, and a game that everyone's saying is such a great game. Again, it catches my attention, so I think it's worthy of the list as being one of the top handheld games that came out this year. And it's a game that I should have played. I mean, let's face it. One of my friends, actually, he purchased the game, and he says he's enjoyed it, and he really likes those types of games, more so than me, but he says it's really good, and that's what everyone else is saying. So the more people that say that, the more it's going to catch my attention, and again, that's why I made the list. The last game on the list is another 3DS exclusive, and that is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. And this is a kind of a not necessarily a sequel to Luigi's Mansion that was on the GameCube, but it is a follow-up to that game. And I didn't play Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, but I saw this game and I was like, that game kind of looks cool. It's like Ghostbusters, I love Ghostbusters. And in seeing that, seeing some of the gameplay, and seeing the fact that it reviewed pretty well, I think it got about 8s. And a lot of people said it's just a ton of fun. I mean, it has its fair share of problems, but it looks cool, and it looks like a lot of fun. And so, that's why I put this game on the list, just because, to me, it reminds me of Ghostbusters. And again, I'm a fan of Mario, Luigi, all of that. And it's a game that I've been kind of having my eye on to see if it's going to be on sale. And it looks like a good game. It looks like a great handheld game you can just kind of pick up, put down as need be, and just play and have a lot of fun in catching ghosts, going through the map, maneuvering. It's kind of got some dark, scary little moments and things like that. So I think it looks like a great game, and if people say it's good and it reviews well, it must be good, right? So those are the reasons why that made the list. So there you guys have it, my best handheld games I should have played, the nominees. So let me know what you think about these in the comments down below. If you know of a handheld game I should have played, let me know what it is down below. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know with a like. And if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And stay tuned for the rest of my 2013 End of the Year series. Until next time, I'm Bonfire, and I will see you online. Hey guys, don't forget Facebook and Twitter. Hit that button down below.